Hello friends, Cheryl here with Ink Pulp again, and it's time for another Margarete Miller challenge. This is week 17, and I think this is going to be a fun one. I've got, for my background, I've got some music paper, and I may put a little gesso or why can't I think of them? The gelatos down to mute out the background, but we'll see. And then I have a bottle or glass, and I've got this bottle here. This is actually a rub-on. And then an herb or other fragrant plant. Well, I've got the rose because that's very fragrant. So 2 pieces in this one. A line from a poem or a song. This is actually 2 lines, but you never lose a friend, even though your ways may part. Each friend holds something dear to keep within your heart. So it's a long poem, but, and I got that out of an Ideals magazine. Oh, something ornate. I skipped over that one. This is a very ornate clock. It goes this way. It was a sticker, but I stuck it down to a piece of paper and fussy cut it. But a very ornate, steampunky clock. And then a piece of ribbon. I've got this little ribbon that I tied into a bow. And then the bonus was a label. So those are our items. Let's see how we're going to put these together. So I am going to actually, I'll put this piece of paper behind it to keep the ink from getting all over everything. But I'm going to put my glue down on this page. Ooh, it's kind of goopy. I think I left the lid off of it at one point, and I didn't use my little trick of spraying water on it to reconstitute it. So we'll have lots of glue down on this page, which is fine. My gosh, I can't believe we're at week 17 already in this. The years just go by so fast, the older I get. And I remember when I was young and, oh my gosh, couldn't wait for the school year to end, or couldn't wait for Christmas to get there, or birthday, whatever the thing was. It seemed like it took forever to come. Or, you know, you're going on a trip and it just seems like it's forever before the trip actually gets there. Now, my goodness, everything goes so fast. Life just seems to fly by. All right. There we go. Take this page out. Seems like it's a little, oh, it's the prompts in the back. As I say, it seems a little lumpy. I don't know why it would be lumpy on this side of the book. But yeah, life just seems to fly by. Before you know it, we'll be at the end of another year. In fact, May is the month that I start preparing my inventory for the holidays, if you can believe that. So yeah, I will be going into pretty heavy production mode starting on May 1st, and because I've got shows coming up in the summer. I don't really have anything in the spring, but I have summer and fall shows coming up, and holy cow, once the shows start coming. And then I've got a store to stock inventory in, so I'm going to be in production mode for a while, all throughout the summer. And then right when my garden is ready and I start harvesting all the great peppers and tomatoes and getting ready to process all of that, it's fall and I'm really getting into the swing of shows. It's just a busy time from September through the end of the year. It's just an incredibly busy time. But that's all right. I don't mind it. That's the time of year where my business makes most of its money. And I'm talking my jewelry and metals business, not so much the paper crafting, although that's busy too. All right, here we go. I think I am going to use a little bit of the white gelato just to sort of push it back a little. It's not going to do a whole lot, but you can kind of see the difference between the two sides there. I just want to knock back that harsh black. And I don't use, I could do this with gesso, but I think the gelatos work fine, and I don't use them nearly enough. Oh, got a piece of dog hair wound up in there. Let me get a baby wipe here real quick. And we'll just sort of run over it with a quick swipe of the baby wipe to... And then if I need to put down more later, I can certainly do that. Just don't want it to be quite so harsh. We want the focal pieces to be, or the images that I put down to be the focus of the page, not the background. All right. So the first thing I'm going to put down is the clock, the ornate clock. But I have to figure out where it's going to go. So this is going to go about here, I think. And then I think I'll put my clock right about there underneath. And then that rub-on's going to go over the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little mark there so I know where the bottom of that sticker's going to go. All right, now I've got gelatos down, so I don't know how well the tacky glue is going to work, so I'm going to use a little bit of Fabri-Tac on this to put it down. Oh, you know what I'm not sure about either is how well that rub-on, now that I've done that. I don't know if that rub-on's going to work. That's okay, I can go over it with the baby wipe and take most of it off there. I should have waited till after I got everything down to put the gelatos on. All right. There we go. Now, the next thing I want to put down is my label, and what I'm not sure about is whether I want it to go over the top of the rub-on, and that label, by the way, is going to be the tuck spot. Yes, I remembered to have a tuck spot. We're going to fold this, and it's going to go here, and I think I want that to go over the top of the rub-on rather than underneath. I think I want it on top. So let's see if this is gonna stick. And if it doesn't, then it might be okay. All right, let's see where this is gonna go. We're gonna put this right about here. All right, cross your fingers, hold your breath. I'm sure it's probably going to work over the sticker part. I'm not too worried about that part. It's when we get over the gelatos where it's kind of waxy, like a crayon. Come on. Where's the edge of my... There we go. Okay, that's working just fine there. Let's see if this works. Yeah, I really have to push down hard on it, but it works. It just takes a little muscle. Good thing I had my Wheaties this morning. Actually, I didn't have Wheaties this morning. I had a breakfast burrito, but you know, it's funny because I'm a big Special K fan with the little berries in it. And my husband, you know, I don't eat it every morning, but I keep it in the house because sometimes I'll eat it for dinner. If my husband's working late and I just want something quick, I'll make myself a bowl of Special K. Well, he ran out of the cereals. He liked the Great Grains, and he ran out of his Great Grains in the pantry, so he was eating some of my Special K, and he has decided he likes it pretty well, so now I have to buy Special K for the both of us, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. I just think it's funny. Okay, let's see how that's working. That's actually working pretty good. It just takes a lot of pushing hard on it to get it to lay down. And I'm guessing that's because of the gelatos. But it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I don't mind putting a little muscle into it. Okay, let's see how that's coming up, if we're missing any pieces. Nope, not really. Maybe a little bit right here. That's the thing with rub-ons. As you start to pull it up, you can see on the sheet if it left anything behind, and you can just lay it back down and go over it if you missed anything. So don't pull your sheet all the way up when you're doing a rub-on. Pull it up slowly and make sure that everything is, you know, adhering to the paper correctly. Okay, and my rub-on just moved. That's okay. We'll just line it back up and keep going. Almost done. This is probably the most complex thing I've ever done in these. Well, this is a big rub-on too. Usually you're just putting down a little flour or something, a heart or something. Yeah, that hasn't come up at all. This one's pretty big. Let's see if that's coming up. Yeah, this one's not wanting to lay down. This writing down here isn't wanting to lay down quite as nicely as it did up top, but that's all right. We'll just keep working it. So like I've mentioned before, I really enjoyed looking at everybody else's Margarete Miller challenges. You know, if that doesn't lay all down that text, that's okay, because you know how you have like just partial text? I don't don't know what happened there with that bottle, but it's kind of funky the way it laid down, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not perfect. I'm not going to worry about it. You know, I could have taken some washi tape and taped down this, excuse me, this rub-on, and that would have kept it in place as I was rubbing this thing off, but it's going to be just fine. It's not going to be down 100%, but you know, when we do our stamping, that happens a lot. We do just partial stampings, so I'm really okay there we go. So my bottle's a little messed up over here, but we can take like a charcoal pencil and draw that little line back in. Let's see, where's my, what is this? This is something black. Yeah, that's not going to come up, but there we go. Kind of drew that back in, and I could put something over that piece of it, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. All right, so there's our bottle. There is our something fragrant. Now I'm going to put the label on right here and just glue it enough that it's going to stick this side down. So I have a tuck spot. Okay. Then while that's drying, let's ink up our, and I didn't put my lid back on my glue again. Silly me. We'll ink up the poem. And I'll use some tacky glue on this, since my glue stick is all gummed up. If you guys haven't watched my 12-minute tips, I have a tip in there about how to ungum your glue stick. And the way I do it is to just take this glue stick that's all gummy. Let me get my book out of the way so I don't spray it. And I just spray some water over the top of it, put the lid back on it, and it will reconstitute and get soft again so I can use it. So that's my little trick there. Okay, so here we are here. Now the other thing I need, where did I do with it? I had that little ribbon bow. Make sure it didn't fall on the floor. I don't see it. What did I do with that thing? It was here when I started. It couldn't have gone far. Well, maybe I'll have to make another one. It was easy enough to make, but I can't believe it disappeared. The other thing I want to do, so I'm going to put this in there like that, but that's pretty stark white. So I am going to I'm going to kind of grunge it up here, and then I think I've got some washi tape that's got like little flower stickers on it. So I think maybe I can just take one of those. So it's going to go in this way. So let's see what I've got. There they are. So these little washi stickers or washi tape has little individual flowers on it. And I think what I want to do, I'm going to cut this. And I can't remember if this has a backing on it. I thought it did, because I think I've used these before. But it's probably going to be one of those that's just miserable to get off, because I was thinking, you know, those might be too small. I'll play with those another time. Let's look at some flower. Oh, how about a butterfly on there? I think that would be cool, because I've got some of these butterflies that are kind of flying sideways. Not that one. Something like that, but that's too big. One's not big enough. There we go. How about that little guy? Kind of flying sideways on the page. I'll put him down. I'm not even gonna, yeah, I am gonna cut it down a little bit. I just hate all the extra. You know, on my list of things to do, I want to use my silhouette to make some of my own stickers. And I'll put them in my Etsy store. I just haven't got around to it yet. But I can promise you there will be no edge or very little, depending. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know what it's going to make me leave on there. But I am not going to put these big wide edges on my stickers, because everybody I see, well, not everybody, some people just peel them off and use them, but a lot of people I see cut them down. And I always hear the comment, if I wanted a fussy cut, I'd just go get a book of butterflies and fussy cut. I buy stickers because I just want to peel them off and use them. So let's put that. There we go. So there's that. And then let's do some inking. And this will be the prompts. With a little butterfly. All right, so that's going to go in there. Now, see, I like that there, and I could swear that these peel off, but I'm not 100% sure. So, if I can't get it off easily, then it's not going to come off. I am going to tear around this, though, because I thought that would be pretty right in the middle of that And it does look to me like there's an edge there, but it's not, I don't see it coming up. I don't see a backing coming off of it, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it. I'm going to grunge it up a little with some vintage photos so it's not stark white. And then we'll take some vintage photo around the edge. Make it stand out against that label. And then I'm just going to put that down there on the label. I am going to tear this a little bit more here though, so it fits a little bit better. All right, let's use some, actually I think the tacky glue will work on this. All right. All right, now the only thing I am missing, and I still don't see it, so I just may need to pull out that ribbon and make another tag or another little bow. I don't know where that went. So let's go around the edges of this thing. And we'll finish this up. And I pulled out these prompts because they were giving me a real lumpy background there to push down that rub-on. So I had pulled those out. All right, so we've got the this. What in the world did I do with that ribbon? Let me look one more time and make sure it didn't fall on the floor. There it is. It did fall on the floor. So I was going to put that right here. I could put it down here. Nope. I'm going to put it at the top at the neck of the bottle. And that will be my ribbon. That's water on there. All right, let's take a look at our prompts and our page and make sure we got everything. So there's our prompt. I'll fold it up. We've got something ornate. So I've got this ornate clock here. A bottle or a glass. So I've got this bottle here, or jar. An herb or other fragrant plant. We've got the roses. A line from a poem or a song. We've got these poetry lines here. A piece of ribbon. I've got this that was hiding from me on the floor. And then a label was the bonus. And we've got that label down there that we're using as a tuck spot for the prompts. So there it is, folks. There is week 17. I hope you enjoy it. I had fun making this one. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Oh, give me a thumbs up if you don't mind on your way out. I would really appreciate it. Catch you later. Bye.